Clayton, it's kind of been the story of every week, but facing another fantastic running back this week in Will Shipley. Just what does he do well that you guys really have to watch out for?
Yeah, I mean, they've always had staples over there. They have two good ones. Even the third back is pretty good. And also, got to be ready for the quarterback. Clemson football, I mean, that's what they do. They want to pound you and they want to get you sucked up and do all the play action stuff. But I feel like they've always had good backs. And obviously the SEC every single week. And Will Shipley is a good back who I remember recruiting coming out. Thought he was going to NC State. And here we are.
Clayton, talking to some of the defensive players yesterday, just the confidence they felt like they've been able to gain over these last couple of weeks, whether it be forcing turnovers or being in a situation that was similar to Florida a couple of weeks back and being able to finish things on that last drive. Can you sense the confidence building with that group, number one, and number two, as just a coach? How do you make sure that they don't get comfortable knowing that obviously the most important game is the next one, but especially this weekend?
Yep. Definitely, you can feel the guys, on Sundays and Mondays, definitely you can see more confidence. And you can see as the week goes, the more we prep for teams and the more we prepare, the more we keep going through the process, you can feel the confidence growing. Understanding we go out here and do our jobs, everyone, we all work together, all 11 of us on the field. It's a team sport, but our guys definitely understand that, when moments are big, we got to shine. And one shine, we all shine. And I thought that at the end of that game, Coach Beaman came to the huddle and said, what more do you want as a defense to go out here right now and finish it? And so they all was hyped up, and we asked them questions about what we want to do, and we got it done.
A few defensive players were in here yesterday saying they feel like they've been able to play faster the last 2-3 weeks. One, have you noticed a faster defense? And two, where does that come from if you have?
Yep. We just been preaching to our guys. I'm trying my best to get the system to where guys can think less and just really, watch the tape and get a good feel for what they're about to face. And the more guys you get to the ball, the more turnovers you get. We've been running to the ball a lot better the past month, and guys are in their position more than they were the first 2 months. So execution and running to the ball and keep getting the ball back, find ways to get the ball back to our offense as many times as possible. And then the more you do that, the chances go up to win.
Clayton got one game left, maybe a couple games left, but at this point, how would you grade yourself for this season, just the job that you've done with the defense?
I mean, well, it's been one of those seasons. It's been a rough season. To be honest with you, from starting at the beginning, I'll definitely see how we finish this thing out, and then, the grade. I would say the grade is probably trending better than it was at the beginning. If I was a teacher grading myself, just me personally. But me personally, I feel like it's been one of those years where I have to stand strong in front of a young men in here and keeping their confidence up. So I'll give myself a really good grade on that in regards of leading these men through a hard time of the year and keeping their chin up and their chest up and keeping them together. So definitely give myself a high grade on that for sure.
Hey, Clayton, happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Just want to ask you two quick questions. Emery Floyd and who else was it?
Judge Collier.
Yeah, Judge Collier, yeah, thank you. Those two guys stepped up for OD last week. What did you see from them in that game against Kentucky, and how would you kind of assess their play?
Yep, it's one of those things where when you have guys stepping in, you don't want to make it too big of a deal. It's, hey, next man up, and then watch them work, watch them go through the process, watch them improve every day, watch them learn, watch them go through some situational things that they probably haven't had a chance to be out on the ground doing it. At practice, they probably had to watch from afar. And then when they're out there, let them play and just make sure they know that you believe them from day one. And that was the main thing with me, the coaching staff. We didn't make a big deal about it. It wasn't like a tryout. We said, this who's starting, this who's coming in, and then the best man will play the most. And at the end, I thought that they were great for us, being reserve guys for a year and some change. Well, obviously for Emery, been here for over a year. Judge is a true freshman, really good job stepping in. It was huge for us to not have any. We didn't have to change our defense. We didn't have to change our call. We didn't have to say lean to him and lean towards him. Let's double team with him. We just played ball and gave those guys the most confidence to go out and do their job.
And then with Nick, obviously, it took a little while, but he eventually got the pick finally in the end zone there. How big of a play was that for him? And, how much have you seen his confidence kind of grow over these last few weeks, along with the rest of the defense, I kind of guess, as you were alluding to earlier, but specifically with him?
For me, for Nick, I was happy for him more than I was just for, the situation. At the end of the day, obviously we want to get the ball back. That was a big turnover. Anytime you get a turnover in the red zone, to me, that counts as two. Just from a football mentality standpoint, that counts as two. You took points off the board and you got it back to our offense. But the athleticism of that play, to me, that's the Nick Ebenmore that we see. The Gamecock Nation don't get to see people who, want to critique his play and his athleticism and why is he doing this and why is he doing that. You won't find another person that size and speed that can do some of the things that he can do. So he's probably our best player at everything. You know what I mean? But to me, that was more of this is the Nick Ebenmore that we all see every single day. That was it finally showcased on a Saturday in between the lines, in between the whistles. So I was very excited about that part.
Hey, Clayton, you were mentioning that you had to tweak the defense to make sure that guys can play faster. What's that process like in the middle of the season, and how different is the defense that we see on Saturday versus the one that came out for the season opener?
Well, one thing I love about this system is, this is my 11th or 12th year in it, is that it can be very multiple. So you find your personnel. This is really one of our packages that we've always had, so there's really been no new words added to our defense. It's just like, listen, we're going to use this package, but we're going to use it on first and second down. We're going to sub you for you. Here's how we're going to do it. I mean, we teach football for a living. So for us to look each other in the eye in a meeting room and say, all right, this is what we want to do. This is what we're going to get done. Just change how you teach it. Use it on first and second down and let them go play. So, I mean, this is what we do for a living. So it's fun. And it's kind of fun. It's kind of it's kind of risky to do it in the middle of the season, but the way we wanted to make sure we wanted to give ourselves the best chance to win games, and it's giving us a better chance. We keep growing with it every week.
With Klubnik, I don't know how much you've watched the film early in the season versus just lately, but if you have watched some over the course of the season, how have you seen him evolve as a player from the start to now, and what kind of challenges does he produce for you guys?
I think I've said this before. Anytime I see a player, opponent that we about to play, and I watch him improve over the season, that gives you more respect for that guy as a player. And so, to me, I have seen him he's gotten better over the past couple of weeks, the past month or so. Definitely, he's a good quarterback. He can beat you with his feet. He can definitely throw the ball very well, and he's gotten a lot of experience. So his experience now, he's on this will probably be game 12 or 13 for him. I think he played a couple games last year at the end of the season, so he's definitely not young anymore.
Clayton, I can't remember if it was you or Stone who mentioned earlier in the season, maybe it was right before the Jacksonville State game, that even going back to the last couple seasons, your first two seasons here, it seemed like the defense was able to start forcing those takeaways more so towards the end of the season. I mean, 7 takeaways through the first 8 games, 9 over the last 3 games. Why do you think that is? I mean, I'm sure you don't have necessarily there's no magic wand that answers that, but why do you feel like that has been the case, especially with these last 2 seasons with you guys?
Yep. We just feel like, that's one of the first things we talk about. One of our sayings, we have 2 of them, and one of them is put the ball down, and the other one is it's all about the ball. So really, we have turnover circuits. We preach punch. We preach when we talk. We show turnover videos. Anytime we see a turnover in the NFL, Travis Kelce got a face punch the other day, so our guys will see that tomorrow. We just keep it in their head at all times. The turnover that Kilgore got, only reason he did that because it's always in his head. He could have just easily rolled tackle that guy and got him down, but he was like, no, the ball. So we just continue to talk about the ball, and we do a turnover circuit every Tuesday as a team. Then we turn around and do another turnover circuit as a defense. And then in 7-on-7, we teach punch instead of tag the whole time. So we just want the ball, man. It's the most important thing. It's the reason why we're here. There's no football. None of us are even sitting here right now. So it's the most important thing in our lives. So why not go for it? Thank you, guys. See y'all. Take care.